You're watching Late Night with KNWT, filmed on the campus of Northwest Missouri State University. And here's your host, True Billhars.
Hello and welcome back to Late Night with KNWT. I am True Billhars, and tonight we have quite the lineup for you. We will have Tyrell Childress join us later tonight. Tyrell is not only a KNWT show producer, but also our station's training director. Stay tuned because he will give us a super secret sneak peek of what he has in store next week. But before, it is the second week of shows, so let's take a look at some of them and what they've been up to. Up first, we have Loosely Related. This show is in its second season with new producer Katie Lay. Loosely Related brings on guests from different majors to be interviewed by host Cooper Young. Later on, they do an activity that's, well, loosely related to their major. This week, we saw audio production majors Cale Knox and John Reinhardt try to hear each other out of noise-canceling headphones. Let's take a look.
We rule.
Wearing corduroys.
Yes. A loyal warrior.
Lawyer wearing corduroys in the courthouse while crying.
Okay, we're going to do the whole thing. A loyal warrior will rarely worry why we rule.
Lawyer wearing corduroys while horse riding in a courthouse.
Catch Loosely Related every Thursday at noon. Next week, we get to see business majors pitch some wacky ideas to campus staff. Moving on to Northwest News, the show to go to for all your campus updates and Maryville news. As reporters go out around campus and on the streets, keeping you up to date, anchors Skylar, Stamps, and Wiley Ray give an inside look on each story. This week, we looked at events in the Union and even current events around the world. Let's take a look.
Go take a look at some current events happening, such as 2 5-year-old giant pandas being gifted from Beijing to Hong Kong.
Hong Kong welcomed 2 new giant pandas last Thursday, gifted by the Chinese government to mark 75 years of Communist Party rule. The 5-year-old pair are now in their new home at Ocean Park, an animal theme park.
An is a male panda and Kiki is female. They come from a conservation and research center in Chengdu.
The 2 bring the total numbers of pandas in the city to 6, joining Lili and Ying Ying, who were gifted to Hong Kong in 2007.
Fans hoping to catch a glimpse of them will have to wait at least a month, as they will spend the next 30 days in quarantine in the southern Chinese store.
Tune in to Northwest News every Monday at 8 a.m. Next week, Skylar and Wiley will take a look at more events in the Maryville area. Finally, let's talk about Tales of the Dice Roll, Phasers and Fates. The show takes a rag team of space adventurers on a journey together. Dungeon Master Jonas Pilot leads players Porter Williams, Aaron Moore, Nick Rysack, and Evan Saxton through an awesome journey using an all-new engine, Tail Spire, and in early access. Let's take a look.
Do you remember, Captain? I was going to talk myself out of this situation.
I'm going to like lean his ear. You could have just given us information. Now you're a hostage.
We don't know.
Okay.
He just ran away. We don't know.
With that, Aaron, it will be your turn.
6. So 24.
Okay.
Okay.
24 sounds good.
All right. But then I'm going to just morph back into the Bruneri Otterfolk.
All right.
And then I'm going to try to walk over, to try to diffuse the situation. At least do my best. But I have a 30 movement speed, so it's going to take my entire movement to get there.
So you're trying to play it off.
Start a new adventure with Tales of the Dice Roll on their first episode this Saturday at noon. That is all we have for shows this week. Make sure to check them out on our YouTube page. While you're at it, give a look at our socials at KNWT TV on the X, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I will be joined by training director and producer Tyrell Childress. I'm True Billhars, and you're watching Late Night with KNWT.
organizations on and around campus. Here, the students do it all.
KNWT is a student-run and student-produced television station.
To support this content, you can go to our YouTube channel at KNWT Channel 8.
And watch the latest shows or even enjoy blasts from the past.
Are you sick and tired of not knowing enough about life's trickiest questions and need answers now? Well, introducing Now You Know, your place to learn everything about anything with our host, the studious Alexander Snodderly.
You can count on me.
And if you call now, we'll even include our co-host, Katie Bird, as she talks one-on-one with viewers like you. Thanks, Katie Bird. Catch us Wednesdays at noon on KNWT TV.
Now you know!
Welcome back to Late Night with KNWT. I'm your host, True Veilhars, and today I'm joined with a special guest, Tyrell Childress. First, how are you doing, Tyrell?
I am doing wonderful tonight, True.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Okay, well, I have a couple of questions for you, okay?
Okay, I think I can handle that.
Yeah. Okay, first question. So I know you're a producer, but I know you're also a training director. So what does the job training director entail?
So the training director's specific job is to make sure that we do things to let people get better in television broadcasting. So that's everything from editing to using the studio to even a few things outside of that, like leadership or just trying to get your feel for in this media area. So my job is just facilitating that, planning that, finding the right people to do those sort of things, and helping as many people as I can, which I kind of love, honestly.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to train on?
Ooh, my favorite thing to train on is definitely anything that's hands-on, right?
Yeah.
To be able to sit someone down and be like, you're gonna try doing this, and you show them for a second, and then they're like, okay, cool, all right, let's do it. And giving them that full-on experience right then and there is way better than any PowerPoint or presentation could ever show them.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so now moving away from the training, but also your producing. So your show, Now You Know, how'd you come up with it?
Honestly, it was one day I was working on my old show, Who's Next on the X, and I was working with my good friend, Avery Andell. She's awesome, she's great. And we were just kind of talking about, if we wanted to make a show, what would we make, right? And we had a few ideas that we were thinking about. We definitely knew that we wanted to do something educational, but also something that we could really kind of do whatever we wanted with any episode that we did. So through that, we started thinking about shows like Crash Course, or even going more back to Reading Rainbow and things like that. And we're like, well, those things make us happy. What if we tried doing something like that? So at first, it was definitely more educational based, but now with a lot of the ideas and things like that we've built over time, it's just a kind of a collection of everything, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so your partner in crime, how do you get along and share all those ideas together?
Well, you assume that we get along.
Oh.
Let's get that out of the way. Honestly, what it really comes down to is trust. I'll be completely honest, right? And both of us sitting down, talking, understanding what we want out of the show, what we want out of each other, and honestly, we're really awesome friends at the end of the day. And we did not even know each other before we started working together. Yeah.
Wow.
So we were workers before we were ever really close friends, but now it's awesome, and I love her so much.
Yeah. So would you say working with a co-producer has benefited your show producing, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it has just benefited, it is essential for someone like me. Both of us, although we may be on the same mindset, right? We strive at so many different things. Like for me, organization, terrible at it. You should see my folders, my files, my room. Anything like that is horrible, right? But someone like Avery excels at that so much. She covers the things that I need, and I can cover the things that she needs, which lets us make amazing content.
That's so awesome. You have somebody to fill in all those gaps that you can't do. That's so helpful.
I got lucky. I'm lucky that she tolerates me.
Well, I heard that you brought in a clip for us, so.
I sure did. I sure did. It's from our new episode.
Oh gosh, I'm so excited. Let's take a look.
Greetings, friends, and welcome to Now You Know, your place to learn anything about everything. I'm your host, Alexander Schotterly, and I am starving. Let's see what we have on the menu today. could someone give me my menu? Oh. All right, let's see what we have on the menu for today. Frozen pizza, chicken nuggets, fries. I'm a sophisticated individual. I don't want to eat like a college student. Spam. Oh, ramen noodles. I guess it'll do, considering it doesn't specify what kind of ramen it actually is. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. On this episode, we're diving into the world of ramen noodles and the way they have become a mainstay in today's modern cuisine. But the best way to show the history of ramen noodles is to actually have some ramen noodles.
Oh gosh, that kind of makes me a little bit hungry. I haven't had dinner yet.
Well, we're in the same camp on that,
Yeah.
so.
All right, well, you've had a lot of positions in KNWT. You were a host a couple of semesters, a crew member, a producer, and finally a training director. What has being a part of all of that and a student, just what has all of that taught you?
I think it's taught me that I am able to do this. At first, you wouldn't maybe know it like now, but I was honestly pretty shy, pretty quiet, kind of kept to myself and let myself just kind of go with the flow on things. But KNWT gave me the opportunities to be like, maybe I could try being a host. Maybe I could try editing and things like that. It had me change my major, and now it's to the point now where I just keep going.
Well, that is so awesome. Thank you for joining me, Tyrell. Thank you. And you know what, y'all? That is all we have this week. But make sure to check out our YouTube for future content.